For over 30 years, PolyMem wound dressings have been used by clinicians around the world to provide more healing and less pain to patients with all types of wounds in every care setting. Each multifunctional PolyMem wound dressing contains the polymeric membrane system that works in synergy with the body to provide more healing and less pain associated with treating wounds. PolyMem is a completely unique wound therapy approach compared to other dressings available today. Why? Because PolyMem provides an evidence-based, multimodal approach to not only wound healing, but control of pain and excess inflammation typically associated with tissue injury. To better understand the therapeutic effects of PolyMem, let's explore the mechanisms of action. After placing PolyMem onto wounded tissues and over the intact peri-wound tissue, there are multiple mechanisms of action that occur in a carefully sequenced manner. The first action is the immediate protection and insulation of the wound by a transparent film which provides protection from external contaminants while allowing controlled evaporative moisture to escape. The underlying polymeric membrane matrix is a hydrophilic open cell structure that contains a superabsorbent, a surfactant, and glycerin throughout the matrix. The contact between the dressing and moisture from wound exudate or present on peri-wound tissues creates a capillary pull of the liquid caused by the molecules of the liquid being attracted to the molecules of the solid surfaces of the open cells. This capillary action gently draws the exudate up into the dressing, while simultaneously releasing the surfactant and glycerin into the wound and onto the peri-wound tissue. As exudate is drawn into the dressing gently expands to conform to the shape of the wounded tissues and effectively applies a very gentle pressure. Simultaneously, in the wounded tissue, the influx of inflammatory cells from the bloodstream, which are crucial to optimize healing, concentrate into the immediate zone of the injury, which reduces the spread of edema and results in rapid breakdown and removal of devitalized wound debris. Narrowing the zone of injury facilitates the rapid breakdown and removal of the cellular debris resulting from the initial injury. By limiting the wide distribution of the inflammatory cells, the wound experiences an optimal sustained blood supply to the injured tissues and decreases pain signaling, which ultimately helps to dramatically decrease both persistent and procedural wound pain while helping increase the rate of healing of open and closed injuries, regardless of the age or duration of the injury. At the same time, the components are optimizing the moisture content and health of the intact peri-wound tissues. The surfactant and the glycerin molecules released from the dressing disrupt the surface tension between the wound bed and debris, such as dirt and devitalized tissues. This allows the combination of exudate, glycerin, and surfactant, combined with the powerful capillary action of the dressing matrix, to soften and lift the wound debris into the dressing. The resulting enhanced autolytic debridement, along with continuous cleansing of the wounded tissues by PolyMem membrane, usually eliminates the need for wound cleansing during dressing changes, which is often very painful and can increase inflammation in the wound. The combination of the hydrophilic matrix, the optimal MVTR or moisture vapor transmission rate of the transparent film backing, and the superabsorbent contained within the matrix work together to wick, absorb, and hold excessive amounts of exudate away from the underlying tissues. The glycerin draws moisture to the dressing from skin and environment in order to provide critical moisture to dry or desiccated areas of the wound, while also ensuring, along with the surfactant, that the dressing is non-adherent to the underlying wounded tissues. An added benefit of the glycerin, also known as glycerol, includes providing a protective epidermal barrier when the dressing overlaps the peri-wound tissues. The glycerin is also a simple sugar that can be directly absorbed by the wounded tissues to provide an immediate energy source for the support of the healing tissues. These collective mechanisms of action are a result of the synergistic effects of all the components contained in PolyMem. These mechanisms of action are completely unique in the world of wound care. And as such, PolyMem wound dressings should be a key component in delivering more healing and less pain to your wound care patients.